There we go. We got the audio on. Welcome to the stream. Jokes Explained live episode. I'm not sure actually, but this is not the first one. So hopefully we've got the stream figured out. We've got the chat here. I can read you guys. Hey, Django Fett, Queenan, Ryan Cad, Rob himself. Howdy, how y'all? Well, something very interesting has happened in the last half an hour. There was a big earthquake just north of Vancouver, Canada, which I managed to feel all the way down here in Austin, Texas. And definitely a terrifying event, you know, knowing that, you know, the West Coast is a lot of valuable real estate. You know, I have 4 to 5 different condos that I own out there on the West Coast. And knowing that those were getting all rattled up, definitely terrifying for me. Also, in my mansion here, they're apparently testing all the fire alarms today. So you guys might hear, this might be a very exciting stream. You might hear a bunch of alarms going off, and then you might see me get shaken to death by an earthquake, which would be really sad for the channel, because that would definitely mean that we would be probably demonetized and deleted from YouTube, because you can't show death on stream. So if I was to die from the earthquake right here on stream, that would be no good. Brian would be out of luck, and he'd have to restart a YouTube channel, start from ground one. Yeah, Rob says maybe it was the Earth doing comedy. It is a pretty funny bit. It definitely is a physical bit. When an earthquake happens, everybody sort of turns into Jim Carrey and Jim Brewer. You know, they all start walking funny, and it can be very, very funny. Hey, Myles, looking forward to the Jokes Explained crypto coin. Oh, well, please don't spoil our plans for, I don't want to call it a rug pull. You know, that sounds like something rude. We're going to call it a intelligent investment opportunity, where all you guys are probably all going to make a lot of money. Brock Lichty, welcome to the stream. Planet Earth, look for a stool to hump. Yes, you know what? I really like that image. An earthquake isn't a seismic event. It's simply the Earth doing an act out. I like that quite a lot. That's a nice positive spin on things. We are the topic of today's stream. Obviously, we're going to finally finish off What's a Girl to Do. Hopefully, find out what a girl is to do. We're going to finish the hour-long episode 7. Quite a twist that show has taken over the last few episodes. Starting off as a fun little light comedy, turning into an hour-long prestige drama on Rumble. I was also thinking maybe covering. I had no idea. I think my algorithm is bad, but I had no idea there was a huge comedy festival going on right now. There's CPAC conference, which is I think it stands for Comedic People and Comedians Conference. So it's not only stand-up comics, but it's also people that are just funny in conversation, or comedic people. You know, people like Steve Bannon and the Argentinian president Milei, just, you know, not necessarily stand-ups, but funny people. Brandon No says Red Bar is watching. I hope he is. We always like to have lots of viewers on the stream. Red Bar, if you're there, big shout out to you. And I assume the protein bars that you produce just based on your username. Brock Lichty knows some people who identify as humorous. Yeah, you know what? I think people can be funny when they don't mean to. I mean, I don't think they could be professionals, because obviously there's just a few elite group that could be professionals. But I thought I'd start the stream today with taking a look at the Comedic Peoples and Comedians Conference down in the United States. There's a little compilation I found. Elon Musk, famous business comedian, was speaking at this conference, doing a lot of comedy, doing a lot of bits for this crowd. It was a very hot crowd. And there's a little compilation, just about 9 minutes long, of him doing his best bits. And a lot of people in the media don't understand that he's just being funny. You know, they think this guy's being serious, but everything he says is just a funny joke. And Noy says, Myles, when I have some money, I'll totally donate it to you, and then you can explain to my wife why we have no money. Oh man, Noise. So sorry to hear you have a wife. Wives are so annoying and loud. Um, maybe you could. I do like you throwing the wife in there in the comment section is always funny though. So thanks for mentioning your wife. Very funny stuff. Wives, if you're watching the stream, thanks for watching. You guys are super funny. Worked in some prop comedy, even Ghost Mustard. Yes, the prop comedy is a very important aspect of this. So I'm just going to take it away here. I think we should take a look at this political action stream here and have a good laugh at this. He was on stage for about 36 minutes, but this compilation just kind of cuts to the funniest parts here. So we're going to give that a look, and then we'll head on to What's a Girl to Do, find out what a girl is to do. And for all you girls watching on the stream, you will find out what it is you are to do. So let's switch over to this to the Elon cam here. There we go. Unfortunately, I found a PBS News version. I don't usually listen to PBS News because they're quite politically biased. So you know what? Maybe I'll do you guys a service. I'll move my camera. I'll move my head to the more center of the screen here, so I don't have to. There we go. Look at this. I'm like a pro streamer. I'm like Jim Baker. I could just keep going. All right. Yeah, PBS is funded by the public, and the public are notoriously liberal. So it's better. I usually watch streams that are or news services that are just a long URL. Okay. So I turn on the audio here. Now you can already see from the scene here, he has a prop. This is prime prop comedy here. He's got a chainsaw on the stage. This is Myles, the Argentinian comedian. I don't know who this guy is here, but he's got a very good jaw, so I assume he's very, very funny. And yeah, let's take a look at what they have to say. I'll turn it up. You guys let me know if it's too quiet, and I'll turn it up even more. But here we go. Elon Musk, business comedian, just riffing on the stage. Again, this isn't stand-up. He's just having a riff, but there's a lot of jokes here.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. I am become me.
All right, chainsaw for bureaucracy. That's already a funny joke because you can't generally chainsaw a bureaucracy. A bureaucracy is like a collection of people and paperwork, and to chainsaw them would take a long time. You wouldn't be able to do it. They're doing their best. I think that Elon Musk right now, he's in charge of firing people in the United States, which is a funny bit to put a comedian in charge of that. So that is very funny. And I think he does say here, I'm going to miss a joke here. He says, I am become meme, which is a funny joke based on science comedian Oppenheimer, and saying, I am become death, when he saw the atomic bomb going off for the first time. So it's a bit of a dark joke from Elon, but he's a dark comedian. He always dresses in black, kind of like he dresses like a frustrated goth. So very funny stuff from him. I am become meme. Just a great reference to a nuclear bomb. Again, you don't really think nuclear bomb. That's not really that funny, but it was a long time ago. And comedy, tragedy plus time equals comedy. So you can make fun of these things because I don't think there's any nuclear bombs anymore. I think they're all gone.
Yeah, pretty much. You can't make fun of anything. It's like legalize comedy. Dark Gothic MAGA. No, I mean, in Europe, they put people in prison for memes.
Javier Milei from Argentina. You got
Yes. So rapid fire. Lots of funny jokes there. In prison, they put people in jail for memes. I didn't even know this was true, but Elon is the richest man on earth, and everything I've experienced in my life, you can measure a person's worth by the amount of money they have. You know, funniest comedians, they have the most money. Smartest people have the most money. It is a measurable thing. So a lot of people get really... They think too hard about these sorts of things, and they question the meritocracy. But it actually is true. I mean, if he's the richest man and he says that in Europe you get arrested for memes, so I'm sorry to you guys if we have any European watchers. on the stream. Careful. Don't share any memes on this channel. Don't be too funny in the chat because comedy is actually illegal where you are. So just keep it neutral. Keep it serious. Please just stick to religion and politics here in the chat. Liquid Sunshine says, "What a fun admin this is." Yeah. Are you talking about the administration, or are you talking about our chat admin? Which I believe is either Crotchy or Brian at this point, but I agree they're all fun. Oh, here he goes. He's a dark gothic MAGA. He's established, like I said before. So he is kind of a bit of a goth here, which is a fun callback to the year 2006.
You guys know what that is, right?
Great song. So this is the chainsaw from the beginning here. So
This
cool.
is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw! So,
Nice. So he does spell it out. He does say chainsaw, which is letting the crowd know, in case they were confused, that he was in fact holding a chainsaw at that point. It's always good to clarify your humor and your jokes in case some people in the crowd didn't get it. It's always good to just tell people what it is. It's like when Carrot Top, we used to do prop comedy. You know, he would say, "I'm holding," you know, one of his famous props, like a wife shutter upper or something. All right, here we go. Moving on. Next joke.
That was something.
I am become meme.
Okay, so this is a
Yeah, pretty much.
little repeat at the beginning.
I'm living the meme. It's like there's living the dream and there's living the meme, and it's pretty much what's happening, you know.
You're like, I think you're bigger.
I mean, Doge started out as a meme. Think about it. And now it's real. Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
But it's cool.
Let me ask you this. A year ago,
Wow.
if some
A lot of jokes, rapid fire there. So he says, so there's a phrase, living the dream in English, which is what a lot of people say, you know, when they think about owning a McMansion and 5 jet skis. That's living the dream. But he makes a word play joke. He says, living the meme. He says, I'm living the meme. So great. It sounds very similar, very funny. Also, you know, it's a joke because he giggles a little bit after he says it. So, you know, it's time to laugh. Liquid Sunshine says he's such a dork. See, he did actually say at the end, it's cool. So I have to disagree. He's not a dork because he does say that it's cool at the end. Myles, I think there's a joke here. The not being able to speak is very funny because we can't understand him, and that's really funny. One of the 250 right here. I mean, sometimes comedy's more about timing than words. If you mumble at the correct time, you can really get a good laugh. So he giggles, you know it's funny. He says it's cool, you know it's cool. Again, we're talking about the richest man on planet Earth that we're watching right now. So there's no way he got to the top without being hilarious. So let's continue.
someone had told you you'd be at CPAC and working with the president to absolutely shred the government, the swamp, whatever you want to call it, would you have ever believe that?
Shredding the government, baby.
No.
No. Me neither.
But it's cool. This is awesome. And I just want to say, you know, thanks for your support. I mean, you guys are, you know.
Love the chains. I feel like I don't have enough chains. I think this stream could benefit if you guys could hear my chains jangling.
So, I mean, we're trying to get good things done, but also, like, you know, have a good time doing it, and you know, and have like a sense of humor, you know.
Amen.
So
gotta laugh.
I mean,
gotta laugh,
the sort of the left wanted to make comedy illegal, you know.
Yeah.
Like you can't make fun of anything. So there's like comedy sucks. It's like nothing's funny. You can't make fun of anything. It's like legalize comedy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Legalize it.
comedy.
And we've shifted the entire culture in just the last few months. The whole culture of this country has shifted dramatically just because of that election.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
freedom of speech, having fun
Well,
again.
heckler.
It seems like we should have a good time,
I want to ask you, one of the biggest questions.
So he's emphasizing that it's important to have a good time and just laugh while he shreds the government. And you know what? That's true. You just, there's so much negativity in the news these days. You shouldn't watch it. You should just laugh, have a good time, and just don't worry about it. Like, legalize comedy again. I feel like a lot of the world's problems come from people not being able to say certain words and make fun of certain people. If we were free to do that, I think we'd have a lot more prosperity in this United States. Hannibal or Just Rex says, I almost got arrested for saying I'm living the meme in public. Yeah, that must have been during Biden. That would be something you would get arrested for. Now, of course, you can do that. It's no problem. Well, it sounds like the fire. Just do it, Justine. They're going to do a fire alarm inspection behind me, so you guys give me a shout out here, and I will.
I have for you is
I'm going to continue to stream while they do the fire alarm inspection behind me. You guys let me know in the chat if you think the fire alarm is working or not. You guys hear the government overreach going on behind me. That sounds good. What do you guys think? Does this sound like a fire alarm's working? Oh, perfect. Okay, good. All right, I'm fire safe for the next little while. Normally, I do live in a huge mansion here. But, when you've got such a big house, sometimes you lose track of what's going on. Anyway, back to this. That was a bit distracting.
You've been, politically, you weren't really on one side or the other for a long time. You're a businessman. A lot of people, they stay away from it. Now you're on a side, and you've chosen a side. You're sitting here in a MAGA hat. What's it, how did that happen? What was the moment?
It's like, dark Gothic MAGA.
That's a good one.
No, I mean...
Beautiful giggle there from one of my favorite comedians, Elon Musk. It is important to show you're enjoying yourself,
In Europe, they put people in prison for memes.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's insane.
And they're collapsing. I mean, this society it's a collapsing society. It feels that way.
It feels like...
France was nicer 50 years ago than it is today.
Yeah.
I don't think you can question that.
Yeah. So, I'm not sure how much of the left...
Okay, I think he forgot his joke there. Sometimes it happens. You're on stage, there's a lot of pressure. You're talking to a pretty handsome guy with a good haircut. Sometimes you forget your bit. He definitely had a France bit lined up there. Probably something funny about being cowards in World War II, like a classic comedy bit. He kind of forgot it, unfortunately. But again, this has been a long event, and Elon does require a lot of amphetamines. So he might have forgotten a bit of his bit there, but he does remember some funny bits coming up.
Left is even real.
Yeah. How much was propped up by our money?
Yeah. Like literally, you see like these sort of fake rallies where there's like hardly any people, and the media will like frame it and like get all 6 people in the frame, but there's like nobody else is there. Like just it doesn't have popular support. But then you learn that like there's hundreds of billions of dollars going to these so-called NGOs. And it's your tax dollars that are funding things that are fundamentally anti-American.
And they're propping up their narrative.
Yes.
A lot of that government money has been propping up a left that I don't think is as strong as they made it seem.
In fact, a massive amount of your tax dollars is going to legacy media companies.
Yes.
Very
directly from the government.
The government wants to take over media.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah. That's why we have X.
Yeah, and
that's why you spent $44 billion. I mean, that's a lot of money.
I mean,
More than it was.
A little bit of a roast there from the host here, reminding Elon that he may have blown through a little more money than he wanted to, but still super funny. This is a bit more of a political segment here. Someone said in the chat, France, great wife joke there. France was better 50 years ago, like my wife. Now, I think we have some of the funniest commenters on YouTube. You guys are some of the best chat participants, I think, on the platform. Thank you for jokes like that. I'm going to write that one down in my book of wife jokes and read it by the fire later on. Well, no, and hopefully the alarm will work if I do have a fire in here as well. Myles says, Elon overdone it on the amphetamines. I know he's an expert, but he seems to be impacting his delivery. I need to know from an expert, please. Amphetamines are really good for show business. They're kind of a risk because they make your heart beat really, really fast, but they make you think really, really fast. You guys probably, I only stream for maybe 90 minutes because I don't have access to amphetamines. I think I'd be able to do probably 5-6 hours if I had access to the stuff Elon does, but I haven't really reached that level yet. But I am saving up all your donations and your Patreon subscriptions to buy a significant shipment of some pretty good amphetamines. You guys will see a real bump in quality of the live streams.
It was probably worth, but there was a message.
Freedom is priceless.
Priceless. Yeah.
Freedom is priceless, ladies and gentlemen. Mm-hmm.
Probably one of the most important investments this country's ever seen. If you got to protect the First Amendment, it's not much more important than that.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of criticism, and people said, well, that proves he's a huge idiot from he voted for whatever, $44 billion, and now it's worth like 8 cents. And
it's not worth 8 cents.
Yeah, we're fighting the Matrix big time here.
Not really a comeback, more of sort of an admission that he kind of did blow it a little bit there, but it's good to see him have some humility here, getting a little bit more on side with the crowd.
Yeah.
But it's got to be done.
Yeah.
It
certainly does. What's going on with, tell us about Fort Knox.
Yeah.
There's Kentucky, it's a military base, it's a ton of gold, tons and tons and tons of gold.
5,000 tons of gold or something?
5,000
give or
tons
take,
of gold are there in the ground and like this, I mean, it's a very secure thing.
I think we all want to see it.
I'd love to see it.
Like, this is your gold, by the way. It's the public's gold.
Do you think it's not there?
I don't know.
That is funny. It is true. I've often thought that myself. I've thought, is Fort Knox full of physical gold, or is it just full of great jokes? Like, is there just a pile of really great material there? And that's what they mean when they say Fort Knox is full of gold. There's only one way to find out. I think that we should crack it open, take a peek, and see what's in there. Clay Health says, I don't understand how you can become the best at everything. He won capitalism in the top 250, maybe top 5. He's the best gamer, and he's great at making children. I mean, the man's a phenom. He's one of the best who's ever lived. And this can only happen in America. You know, there's no wealthy people anywhere else. He's evidence of a great system. I can't even imagine having, I think he's got 40, 50 kids now. Can you imagine the amount of hilarious material about wives and kids you get by having all those wives and all those kids? That's a lot of comedy specials.
But I think you just want to see it. A lot of them are saying right now that the reason that you want to get into Social Security, that you want to get into all of these into Treasury and things like that, is that you're looking for personal information and you're trying to make more money.
Yeah.
I've never met anybody as rich as you that cared less about money in my life. Every time I hear a story about you, you're sleeping on a couch of some other guy in a city that you could buy the entire thing.
Yeah,
I don't think you care about money, do you?
I love this host. He's being very nice to Elon. A lot of hosts I've seen and people in general are very mean to him, but this is so much nicer when you have someone just being like, you seem like a great guy. I love what you do. You're a winner and you're winning all the time. And how do you plan to win more? I mean, it's so awkward when there's tension in an interview, when they're asking, hard questions, or like sometimes very confrontational. and it can make me very uncomfortable. It's so much nicer when they just do yes and sort of improv. Turpenstein says couches are hilarious. I hate to tell you, this isn't a couch. Those are 2 chairs. So stop being so absurd, Turpenstein. We're trying to be serious here.
No, actually, no, no, I mean, listen. Like, if I steal some Social Security, I can finally buy nice things.
Yeah.
You know?
And on that same question,
He's being sarcastic.
they're also talking
there.
about you guys are going to end Social Security, you're going to end Medicare, you're going to end these things. I don't imagine that conversation has been had with the president, and that's the plan.
No, in fact, the actions that we're taking with the support of the president and the support of the agencies is what will save Medicare, what will save Social Security.
Couple minutes left here. Russia. There's a huge push from the administration.
Yeah. People are like sometimes like
to end this war.
Say like,
yeah.
You know, I'm a bought asset of Putin.
Yeah.
I'm like, he can't afford me.
Yeah. I think you're
man.
worth more than Russia.
Think about it.
Super funny. Yeah, great comeback there. No way that Putin could afford Elon. Elon is super, super expensive. You couldn't just manipulate this man very easily by, playing to his ego. He's the richest man in the world. He's unswayable. Tyler Bros, I'm so glad to be reaffirmed that he chooses not to help anybody and wastes all of the money. You must be being sarcastic there, Tyler. Elon's doing a fantastic job. The budget of a lot of government agencies is totally overblown. So if you get rid of the agencies, then the budget goes way down, then the agency is saved. If Medicare goes down to $1,000 a year, then it's perfect because now it's fully funded. So, no way Elon works for Putin. I think in history, there's a lot of examples of very wealthy people not being swayed by the lure of power because they already have everything they need. If I was as rich as Elon, I would have no political ambitions. I would just be doing jokes, laughing, riffing with the boys, and yelling about my wife.
About it.
Thank you, Sophie. Cybertruck is attractive.
I've been fascinated by you for a very long time.
Thanks.
I've never seen anybody that can, do so many things at the same time. I mean, you've got the rockets, you got the cars. I've always wanted to ask you, what is it like inside your mind? Like, is it just 1,000 miles an hour? I mean, are you?
Yeah.
Is it just not? I mean, does it ever stop? Do you sleep? How much do you sleep?
That's a great question. How are you so smart? Is it really? I mean, I've always wanted to ask Elon that myself because I'm so amazed by his intellect. It's finally nice someone actually had the balls to ask this guy, how are you so smart and good at everything? And Elon, I think, is going to have a very funny answer here, hopefully.
Paint us a picture of inside of the mind of a genius. Like, how do you do all this? Can you answer that question? It's not an easy question. Yeah.
I mean, my mind is a storm.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's a storm. But I mean, let me maybe tell you something. Like, you didn't ask the question, but I think it's worth kind of nonetheless maybe just elaborating on something, which is.
Here we go.
I grew up in South Africa, but my morality was informed by America. I read comic books, played Dungeons and Dragons, and
here we go.
I watched American TV shows, and it seemed like
Here we go.
America cared about being the good guys, about doing the right thing. And
Here we go.
And that's actually pretty unusual, by the way.
Yeah.
It's like
In the world, it's very unusual.
Yeah, it's not like actually.
Most countries don't do that.
No, they don't.
No.
And so I was like, yeah, you want to be this good. You want to be on the side of good. You want to care about what's right. And
Here we go, guys.
And yeah, so that's
Yeah.
what I believe in. you know. So
I gave you a tough one at the end.
Okay, so so the interviewer asks, Elon, how are you such a genius? What's it like inside the mind of a genius? And Elon says that he grew up in South Africa reading comic books and loving the morality of America. So I'm trying to process. I mean, I think this is like a really deep. He did laugh during this, and the crowd did applaud. So it is funny. I think maybe the humor came from that he did the unexpected. He just didn't answer in a coherent. So maybe that's the joke, is that he thinks that the guy says, "How are you such a genius?" and then Elon gives such a dumb fucking answer. It's like the opposite of what a genius would do. So maybe that's the joke. That's good.
yeah. So yeah.
Back to the chain diner. Like a call back to the beginning. A bit of fan portrait. Hey, that's awesome.
Thanks, guys.
All right. That was, what a closer. Pulled the chainsaw back. Big prop comedy. That was so cool. So that was a little bit of Elon Musk, one of my favorite business comedians of all time. Yeah. What do you guys think? That was super, super awesome. And it's, it was so great to see so many jokes being done. You guys probably remember this. If he did this, even last year during the Biden administration, all those jokes would have been illegal. Everyone on that stage would have been arrested, thrown into an anti-joke camp. So this is a huge relief to be in a time where you can openly live the meme, as Elon said. So that was super informative, super great. I'd love to explore more Elon in the future. He's very fast with his humor. He's always coming out with new stuff all the time. He's very, very fast with it, so I got to be able to react as fast as I can. Oh, you guys hear the fire alarm in the background still? Yeah, they're testing all of the rooms. My mansion has about 300 rooms in it, so they're going to be making a lot of beeps as they go up and down the hallway. But it's better to be safe than on fire, is what I've always said. So we're going to go back to watching What's a Girl to Do. And What's a Girl to Do, we're going to finish this off. It's full of jokes. Jeff, honestly, if you guys notice, Elon Musk had a funny hat. He had some funny text on the hat and a funny shirt on, which is very Jeff. Jeff is one of the major comedic figures of this current administration. And you're going to see a lot of Jeff references, a lot of Jeff jokes with a lot of people who love this sitcom. I hope you guys are getting ready for very, very shortly. All media organizations are going to be dissolved. There will be one media organization, and they're going to play What's a Girl to Do every night on primetime. And I'm so excited to be explaining those episodes for you guys. Jefferences. That's fantastic. That's going in the joke book for sure. So here we go. We're going to go to What's a Girl to Do. We're about halfway through. I don't know if you guys remember how this was going, but it was basically Janet here was putting vote for Trump pamphlets on all of the cars that had Trump license plates on them in the church parking lot, just doubling down, making double sure that all those people were going to vote for Donald Trump. And yes, J Max says they're going to do a performance at the Kennedy Center. Oh my God, I could imagine I would get tickets for that immediately. That would be so cool to see a live play of this. Just move the set right there. All right, here we go. We're going to take a pic of this. Take a pic. I need amphetamines. We're going to take a little watch of the rest of this episode. Matthew McNeil says, I'm already jeffing off. Love to hear it. What's a Girl to Do? Last half of the last episode before it becomes a paid series, and I just don't have enough Bitcoin. Clay Health, keep up the great work, Myles. Thanks for teaching us how and when to laugh. Thank you so much for the donation, Clay. A true capitalist, a true supporter of the stream, and a supporter of all of the people watching this for free, having a good laugh at the expense of Clay. Thank you, Clay Heath, for donating, and I can't wait to visit your mansion one day as well. Here we go. So she's exasperated. I don't know why, but we're going to find out. I forgot.
Here's a quote for you. Cowardice is repulsive. Janet Folger. It made me want to throw up.
All right, a little joke there. Cowardice is repulsive. I think it was more of a saying than a joke because, it's not really that funny, but there was a laugh track, so you do have to laugh there. So it was good. And here comes her boyfriend, who Jeff caught cheating on Janet. He's coming in all sly, even though he's a huge dirtbag who's probably a Democrat. So keep that in mind, guys.
Hey, sweetheart, I brought you dinner.
Thank you. A man of courage. How refreshing.
I even have enough for you.
No, Jeff was just on his way out. I want to spare him any backlash on what I'm about to do next.
So you're gonna hang out with a guy who isn't even registered to vote?
Jeff, get the fuck out of here, man. They want to have sex so bad. Oh man, Jeff he's a real goofball. He just doesn't get it. Very funny.
Actually, I am now registered.
You are? Yeah. And you're voting for?
Donald J. Trump! I know.
Oh, nice. He's decided to vote for Donald. Oh, thank God. You know what? My opinion of this man has changed. He seems like a good guy. Kevin Bissinger says, what are we watching? We're watching the legalized jokes of What's a Girl to Do, a Jim Baker-funded sitcom.
Oh, good. You really raised the bar, Jan. Because now Mikey's like, what? 1 in 100 million?
Mikey's the only one.
Now I'm gonna throw up.
Wait to hear my next covert plan.
Oh, I can't wait to hear.
Oh, wow. A little spicy for TV.
Yeah.
Let me show you where this door is over here.
I vote for that. Show him the door.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab the plates.
I'm the one you discuss your covert plans with.
Yeah, not anymore. It's for your own good. I mean, I don't want to risk you getting in trouble with the HOA or Clark or anyone, really.
Let me get this straight.
Okay, so Janet is mad at Jeff. Just to recap, Janet's mad at Jeff because he's a real corporate climber now. He used to be a real fun, more wacky guy, but he became a ruthless corporate piece of shit, and he's been throwing Janet under the bus at work all the time. And he got that job at Janet's corporate office. Janet works at a right-wing propaganda organization, and Jeff got the job there by reminiscing with the old man who runs the place about the Taft administration, and so he doesn't even have any qualifications, which is crazy.
Because I told Clark what he wanted to hear, I'm repulsive. Mm-hmm. But when Mikey does it to you, you can't resist the guy.
Oh, you think he's lying?
Take it from the master. You are getting paid. And when Mikey does it, come to think of it, it's repulsive.
Big dramatic acting turn there. Jeff is he's such a craftsman that he was so zany in the first season, and now he's like got a Bryan Cranston-esque performance as the dark turn of this egomaniac. This is just great TV. And so I guess we're going to keep the camera in the room, even though Janet and Michael here are going to just absolutely slap bodies pretty soon. Just want to remind you guys as well, there's a team of people testing fire alarms right outside my door, and they absolutely can hear everything that I'm saying to you, and completely out of context. So This is this is wonderful.
So, where were we?
Well, first, tell me why the change of heart?
Okay. Well, Janet, you've been kind of busy lately, so you may not have noticed, but I have fallen head over heels in love with you.
Ooh.
Okay, too soon for the L word. I'm sorry, I can't help it.
Yeah, this is tough. Usually Janet dates a kind of a younger guy. This guy, you could tell he's getting a little old for her. She was hoping for someone a bit more fresh and maybe someone who works out a bit more. But I have hope for them.
You know, most women would love to hear that.
I'm not like most women.
Well, that is for sure.
I appreciate it. Thank you. But that's not a reason to vote for someone. I mean, I don't want you to just tell me what you think I want to hear. I need real.
Okay. All right, real?
That's the morality. Yeah, it's true. You can't just tell someone that you can't just use Trump to get into a woman's pants. I mean, it's pretty obvious, as soon as you tell a woman that you're a huge Trump supporter, that's usually kind of an in to having intercourse. You really have to prove your loyalty to the MAGA regime if you want to succeed with women. So don't just say you love Trump. Get in your truck and just start chasing Mexicans and prove to a woman that you're really actually a supporter. Brock Lichty, thanks for the $1 donation. Not even a message, just tossing a coin to his Witcher. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for watching and chatting with us all, keeping this stream alive, and keeping the people testing the fire alarms outside very confused. All right, let's see how she deals with this. This is a more serious situation. This guy, Michael, has to prove his loyalty to wanting to vote for Trump here.
All right, I admit I read your voter guide because I want to be with you. But once I saw the facts, I realized that policy is more important than personality. I'm not voting for Trump because I love you, okay? I'm voting for Trump because I love life and liberty.
I love life and liberty.
I never noticed.
Wow.
Come on in. Just get in my coat.
I read you vote.
God damn it, dude. These people, they're having a political discussion that is slowly kind of sliding into some explicit sexual action here. Jeff wandering in there just like a goddamn cock block. Turpenstein, I'm glad this show has a laugh track so I know when to laugh. Otherwise, I'd just be laughing the entire time. Thank you for that donation, and thank you for that observation. It's so true. They really have laugh tracks at the perfect times. I never thought about a laugh track in the negative sense, in that a laugh track is telling you when to laugh. It's like a speed governor on an engine. Otherwise, you'd just be hitting the rev limiter the entire time. That's totally true. Thank you for that donation, and thank you for that insight. That's some really good joke explaining there.
Because I love America.
I love America.
I would never guess. The land of the free.
Because of the brave.
Because of the brave. Look at her. She's getting all snarly.
Bless
Oh.
America.
Today's word.
Good.
Yes. Doing?
Get out of here, Jeff.
Why? That's your friend.
My neighbor. It's time
Jeff
to move.
for sure gonna watch him do this.
All right, tell me. What's going on in that brilliant mind of yours?
Time I need to move. I was just wondering.
Yeah?
Well, it's not really like me to ask something like this.
Ask me anything beautiful because I already know.
God, it is. This is the sexual tension's killing me. The lighting is perfect. It's about 10 million candle power, 50 overhead lights, blazing, creating a sort of X-ray effect on the top of the skull. And these two know there's nothing like having sex with someone who looks like they're on the operating table.
I know the answer.
Well, it's kind of forward.
Forward is my favorite gear.
Would you consider possibly, maybe, I don't know, having dinner with me?
You really aren't like most women. And you really went way out on a limb right there, didn't you?
Well, I mean, it's kind of risky. I don't even know what you brought.
You are different than anyone I ever met.
Yeah, that is weird to want to eat before sex. Normally, it's good to just be ravenous for each other. But yeah, she's really insisting on eating food. I guess, she's got to eat good. It also, that is a unique thing that you would never expect from any other woman, wanting sustenance like that. Leviathan, I love the sound of paper plates. So funny. That is a funny observation. Thanks for the $2 donation and a great observation. Those do look like paper plates. It's the best way to run your house. Have disposable cutlery and plates. Maybe that's what he's talking about when he's like, you're like no other woman. All of your cutlery is made of paper. Great. That's a hidden joke I didn't even know that they were doing on this show. It's a very subtle show. They don't always spell the jokes out for you.
Different good or different bad?
Different, one of a kind.
One of a kind.
All right, so tell me about this next project of yours.
Well, how are you at cutting and pasting?
Like on a
Come on.
computer?
I was thinking more like, I don't know, on a banner for a garage door.
Really?
This is driving me nuts, Michael. Take her flag off. Come on, dude.
No one has ever asked me that before.
No, come on. Really?
Really?
I mean, don't you think it's about time?
Yeah. I think it's about time.
Nice. So black screen.
Our most important.
Black screen means sex. So you guys just want to take a moment, 10 seconds, imagine them fucking, and then move on. Because they won't show it, but you can imagine it. Nice. All right, we're back.
Important question for you. If you were to die today, are you 100% sure that you'd go to heaven? There's a way you can be sure.
Whoa, this is very surreal. She's kind of breaking the fourth wall here. It's very, very meta. She's talking right to us here. And whether or not we know we're going to heaven or not. And we're all going to heaven, especially people who donated to the chat today. You guys are definitely going. You guys bought yourself an absolute first-class ticket right up to the pearly gates with that one. Rest of you guys, you will maybe have to, state your case. But let's see if we're going to heaven, guys.
Because the Bible says three things. It says that all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. That's all of us. If the wages of sin is death, but the free gift of God is eternal life. And here's one more. Whoever calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved. You're a whoever, so am I. Let's do it. So just repeat after me. Mean this from your heart, and you'll be secure.
Whoa. Oh my God, you guys. This is such a massive joke. So she knows that we were all just imagining her and Michael having dirty, raunchy sex. Then she looks into the camera and says, "Are you sure you're going to heaven?" Which is like oh, you dirty dog. What are you doing imagining us having sex? So it's like catching us in the act of being little perverts. Holy shit. Janet is unbelievable. This is next level meta comedy here.
For your eternity and for the destiny in your life. Here it is. Jesus, come into my heart. Forgive me of my sins. Wash me. Change me. Set me free.
Wow.
Let me never be the same again. Jesus, I believe you died on the cross and rose from the dead. Help me to fulfill everything you've called me to do. Mm-hmm. Thank you that I am now forgiven and on my way to heaven. In Jesus' name, amen. If you've made that prayer, you mess up, don't run away from God. Run to him. He loves you.
You guys make that prayer, you guys going to heaven. Just let you know. Simple.
Or my father here helped underwrite the entire.
That was what a not only is that a hilarious joke, but also what a gift to send the entire chat to heaven like that and all the viewers. Congratulations, guys. See you up there. Oh, we got a fun MAGA guy here. He's got his big red MAGA hat on. This kind of comedy was illegal a year ago, but this is mandated now. And look at the Trump shirt. I'll be back. Trump as the Terminator. That's so cool. And it's that's Jeff always has the funniest shirts on the show. Even though he's quite serious now, his shirts are still loud and proud.
Entire rally. I think we should get some good seats.
Awesome. Thanks, Hank.
I'm sorry, you are?
Jeffrey Kretschek. Janet's neighbor.
Jeffrey Kretschek.
Oh, that's right. The BFF.
Okay. Campaign is going to need a few more volunteers. So, anybody here work on campaign before?
Yes, sir.
Of course.
You never cease to amaze me. All right then. Why don't you and Hank take the security line on the first gate?
Oh, wait, Michael's parking the car. He'll be right back.
Oh.
Any minute.
Okay, well then you three take the security line at the first gate. And you other three then take the security line at the second gate. Now, there's no signs, no food, no drinks.
And no fun.
That will speed up the process as they go through security. Do you need my help?
Oh, they're gonna be fine. Janet and her mom are veterans.
Working
That's
rallies
Janet's
is
mom.
a blast.
Isn't that crazy? That's how good Janet's genetics are. That her mom is still alive and kicking and there to watch Janet date her way around the Christian youth pool. Pretty cool.
Yes, it sure is. I love it.
Will you guys go ahead? Michael will be here in a minute. I'll just catch up with you.
You know, I'll just wait with you.
Oh, Mom, don't worry. I'll stay out here and wait.
Come on, Mom. Let's go make America great again.
Okay, we can do it.
See you in a minute.
We can do it.
We'll see you
We'll
down.
see you all down front,
Yeah.
all right?
Take care. Bye, guys.
Thanks for waiting.
Mega Malbin asking, "Are you gay?" Is that to me or someone else in the chat? You got to be specific. You got to say, "Myles, are you gay?" And I'll give you a super funny answer every time. I mean, the funniest answer would be, "Yes, I'm gay," because being gay is very, very funny. But unfortunately, I seem to be mostly straight at this point.
Waiting.
You got it. And I've got one VIP ticket here with your name written all over it.
One ticket, huh?
Oh! Hey. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to take your sign.
How about you let me keep my sign, and I give you my number?
They're okay. I thought these were anti-Trump people. I was super scared. DW says, "Myles, am I gay?" It depends, DW. Are you funny? Do people laugh? If people are laughing at your lifestyle, you might be gay. But if people ignore your lifestyle, you might be straight. So I'll just have to say that. That's kind of the rules. Thank you so much for the donation, by the way. Mega Malban, thank you for the $5 donation. No special request. Just tossing some coins in the open guitar case on the side of the road here. Thank you so much for your donation. Thank you for supporting the stream and the important conversations we're having here today in this legalized comedy world.
I like the way you think.
Nice, Jeff. she noticed his funny shirt. She's gonna
Okay, he's right.
get in there.
Take your sign.
I don't see how that's.
Never Trump. Oh, she was a secret Democrat. Oh, they're so sneaky. This is the thing that just drives me nuts about these people, right? They're never like obvious. They're hiding in your community. They're like little rats in the sewer, and you gotta flush them out and murder them. I mean, sorry, I shouldn't get so. I shouldn't be so bloodthirsty. You know, they are people, and they deserve at least a trial. Sorry, guys.
You thought you were sly.
Not today.
I wanted that.
And it'll be here for you after the rally.
Yeah, and
no signs
I'll
in the rally.
never call you back.
Oh. Yeah. If I know there's probably no liberals watching in the chat right now, but if there are and you're a woman, you have no chance with Jeff. Just to let you know, if you're a supporter of Obama or anyone who's not MAGA, for that matter, Jeff is not on the menu for you. Sorry, but move on.
I'm sorry. You can't take that drink inside.
What are you gonna do about it?
Well, that's a beer, and it violates the open container law. So, in addition to not getting into the rally, you show that to security, they're gonna arrest you.
Here.
Thank you. You know what you need?
What's that, lady?
You need a hug.
Ha! Got him. Huge laugh. Yeah, hugging people is a very funny thing to do, unsolicited. But when you're old, you can do that. When you're old, you can touch anyone you want. It's pretty much a free license at that point. Pre-band For Loco says comedy should have never been legalized. I think we found our liberal in the chat. Sorry, don't agree.
Would you like to go, darling? It's all for you.
Oh,
Hey there.
there he is.
Hi.
Just talking about VIP tickets.
Oh, is that what you were doing? So is that a yes?
Thanks anyway. Maybe next rally.
Next rally, you're in. I'll see you there. Little man, take care. Junior?
Oh.
What do you think?
That is your color.
Wow. Did you hear the music too? He became so handsome once he put the MAGA hat on. It is a true transformation when you fully succumb to the MAGA urges. Framing's still good. Yeah. Brock Lichty says, if you notice someone is drinking alcohol in public, immediately engage in physical contact. Yes. If they're drinking alcohol, just give them a big hug. Grab them. Get in there. Close the distance.
Yeah?
I also think I have fallen in love with you, Michael Miller.
Oh.
Even if I can't get you a VIP ticket, darling.
It's not about where. It's about who.
That was an impression of the guy from earlier. That's a fun. Impressions are always very funny because when you're just like the person, it reminds you of that person, and when you're reminded of things, it is time to laugh. Great stuff.
You mean Donald Trump?
I mean you.
You mean me?
God, are we going to see some lip-on-lip contact at any point here, or
well, then,
am I going to have blue balls?
Let's go make America great again.
Let's.
Don't forget to twirl your girl. Those of you watching.
Yeah, you made them.
Hey, everybody, check this out.
Cool.
You like it?
Very nice.
You want to run your fingers through it? Do you? Do you?
Jeff in the friend zone hard
Hey,
here.
Jeffy, have a muffin. I don't want them to go to waste.
I will not let you down, Mom.
Good.
How are you not fat?
Because I work out.
Yeah, sorry, Leviathan. I did get ahead of myself. Sometimes my sexual urges overtake my conservative intellect.
You should try it.
Hank Sr. keeps telling me I need to get back to the gym.
No, you are beautiful just the way you are.
I listen to Hank Sr.
Amen.
If I were you. Hey, Mom, check out these guns.
Wow. You're really strong, Jeffy.
Whoa.
I can't even wear a coat without a...
I wonder if that would be a hilarious plot point if Jeff tried to get to Janet by fucking Janet's mom. That would be the ultimate. That's the ultimate in. That trick always works.
Concealed weapons permit.
Show me your guns, Michael.
No.
Oh, I don't blame him. I mean, come on.
Bam, bam, bam.
Look at the veins on this guy.
Okay. Bam! Bam!
Wow.
Thank you.
You're both really, really strong.
But we know who's stronger, don't we, Mom? Oh, I had arm wrestling, but I don't want to embarrass the guy.
So you want to arm wrestle? Okay. Let's go. Right
those are
now.
some big guns.
Right
those are
here.
some aggressively,
Right now in the kitchen.
Yeah, in the kitchen.
aggressively veined up
I
arms.
showed you how to.
Jeff is toast.
I can teach you how to arm wrestle.
You better do something funny fast, Jeff.
Okay.
Turn it into a bit.
Okay.
Come on.
All right. All right. Oh, you got it. You gotta hold on. Come on. Get in there. Get it. Oh, get in there.
You ready?
Let's just
You ready?
Let's,
You ready?
let's just get ready.
All right.
1,
2. Did you
Oh, the
start
police are
already?
here.
You already
You
started.
have to put. Yeah. Just ready. You good?
Okay, that's not fair.
It might hurt him. I don't know.
Your hands feel like a baby's butt.
All right. Are you sure?
Oh, really?
The
Okay.
police are
Okay,
gonna
you
kill
ready?
them both.
Are
That's
you
kinda
going
scary.
now? Oh, are you leaving?
Are you sweating?
What? Maybe.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Mark! Mark, hey!
Winner gets Janet.
Hi!
Oh, so you text Mark to bail you out? I get it.
You guys can still do it.
That is enough.
Oh, so you got your girlfriend right?
Oh, the music was so tense. I was so excited to see him arm wrestle. God damn it. What the hell is this show? They almost kiss. They almost arm wrestle. This season, the finale is going to be insane. It's going to be insane. There's so much build up.
An interference.
My girlfriend could beat you.
No, she can't.
Yes, she
No, she can't.
I think she can hold her own.
No, she can't.
Her hands are stronger than
I came over to see your masterpiece. You don't do anything small.
Well, you know, less is not enough. More is unacceptable. Overboard is what we do.
Oh, they're
we
such
have
good
you to
friends.
blame.
Oh, Mom.
Do you you guys in the chat, do you and your friend group, do you guys have a common coordinated chant that you do? Because I don't, but I'm jealous of those who do.
Mikey doesn't like the endearing overboard quality you passed on to your daughter.
I meant to say we have you to thank.
No, you didn't.
You're welcome.
No worries. Mark is still learning to appreciate.
Let me tell you, she's bad enough on her own. When you get these three women,
Victorian chat.
forget
Great joke.
It is go
Sounds like
big
chant.
or go
Funny stuff,
home.
Nick. Thank you.
You know that's right, Jeffy.
Oh, Marge.
Trouble.
I wanted to show you. Any Janet's would-be trespassers, I can see them on my phone.
You do know that that's illegal in this state, right?
Jeff's got cameras on Janet's house. Yeah, he's
Just kidding.
Mark,
wow.
Mark, Jack, one of my muffins?
So anybody that steps foot on my property is trespassing. And anybody who takes my sign is stealing, right?
Right.
Oh, but what if they change the HOA rules? Then what?
They don't meet till after the election.
Oh, it's a shame.
What's that?
We have company.
Oh, he's got security.
Okay.
Any good political activist has a robust security system around their house. I do. I know I have one camera, but I have a lot of working fire alarms, that's for sure.
You're gonna see this.
Uh-oh. It's a lib. Kill her.
Hello. What you doing there, Karen?
Kill her.
Taking down
Kill
this
this lady.
monstrosity like I told you to do.
Sorry, but this is a holiday decoration. Also advertising my party to
Just
celebrate
stop
Trump
talking.
Day.
Just fucking
Would you
kill this
like to
bitch,
come to
dude.
my Trump Day party?
Sorry, but that's not gonna happen.
So annoying.
I did not. But I did invite her to celebrate Trump Day, but she declined.
Well, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
I am the president of the Homeowners Association.
Janet is the owner of this home. So once again, we're gonna have to ask you.
Thanks for stopping by.
Good noise floor on this scene.
I'll be on my way as soon as I take this.
Get him.
Fitting, yeah? One of these
Just
weeks.
shoot this
And
lady.
officers
God, she's
allow-
on your land.
Not a
Just
good
shoot her
idea.
in the chest. What is taking so long?
That. Did she say
Jesus.
something about a little dog?
Because I thought for sure I heard,
I'll get you, my pretty.
Great impression of the Wicked Witch of the West. That's a reference. Jeff's making a reference to The Wizard of Oz, the movie that came out about 187 years ago, as of I think last week. So everybody saw that movie. Everybody loves it. Great reference there. Very funny impression. Great joke.
hear that?
She was a little weird.
You guys, what do you think our next move is?
I think she's gonna fly home to feed her flying monkeys.
There's nothing in the HOA rules against that.
Oh, they're still here. Okay.
Just for you.
Try to fend off Lynn.
Hey, let's get a photo. You wanna?
Oh, great idea.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, listen, gather around on the count of 3.
No.
One.
You need to be in it.
You need to be over here.
Come on, Lloyd. Come on.
Squeeze in right there. Squeeze in.
What's all the ruckus about?
You want to come to our Trump Day party?
Of course, he moved the embassy to Jerusalem.
Can you get a picture for us?
Wow.
Thank
An Israeli man is here.
Okay.
Happy
course
Trump
it
Day!
Look at
God
that.
bless President Trump.
God bless America.
God
bless
bless us,
America,
everyone.
everybody.
Oh, sorry.
Wow. This is some good legal comedy.
Hi, welcome to another post-show of What's a Girl to Do. This is,
Whoa, they're doing what we're doing. So this is like their little post-show stream. This is what we do on our Patreon. We have a little post-stream Patreon stream, and that's what they're doing. Wow, they pioneered this. I thought we were being clever, but we're just really following in Janet's footsteps.
going to be running after episode 7. You may see it separately, and if you do, make sure you go watch episode 7. It's about the elections, and it's about being bold. And it's if you've seen the episode, and I believe you probably have, if you're seeing this, it was based on a true story. Once again, that the homeowners association told me I couldn't put my
J Max says I really hate them. That must be a spelling error. I think you're trying to say I really mate them, and that you find them physically attractive and appealing.
political yard sign in the front yard, and I said, this is America, and I'm going to exercise my freedom of speech, put it back in. I got a ticket, put it back in, and then they took the sign. I looked at all the other candidates were on either side, but mine was targeted. And so I was jogging around the house one day, and I realized people had their Halloween decorations up on their garage doors. So apparently there's no neighborhood rule or regulation against putting things on garage doors. And so I had these magnets and big banners, and I put it across my garage door.
Those aren't just magnets, they're magnets. They're Trump branded magnets, so those are the ones that really work good.
What candidate that I supported, as we see in this episode, the homeowners association didn't like me, but I didn't care. But this is another opportunity to reach out and say, you know what, this is America.
This is
It
America.
is the land of the free because of the brave, and I believe we need to be brave, be strong and courageous. It's a commandment in the Bible that's repeated, I'm told 365 days, to fear not, to be strong, to be courageous.
Amen.
This is who we're supposed to be.
Amen.
We're not supposed to be these lukewarm milquetoast, sit in the pew and go home and do nothing. We're supposed to be running this
Arm
place.
yourself.
And that's because we're supposed to occupy until he comes. That's what he said.
Amen.
So this also
Keep
has
comedy legal.
a lot of fun. There's an episode with Mask Lady, which is one of my favorite scenes,
Yes,
where
you guys remember Mask
we
Lady?
have the debate.
Do you remember that? Do you remember Masked Lady? That was earlier in this episode, from a week ago. Methods World. Are you coming here from Twitch? We also have this on Twitch. We got 3 viewers on Twitch chiming in. Shout out to you guys. Holding it down. The 3 Musketeers.
About COVID, and some in the cast and some in the crew, there's different opinions, just like every family in America, about vaccinations. I'm
Lots of
against them,
opinions.
just for the record. And we talk about just the alternatives that the media doesn't want you to know about. So there's some of those truths that are slipped in, but anything stick out to anybody on this particular episode about the election and about standing for truth and for a candidate that stands for the principles in the Bible that most closely align with that truth.
Yeah, I mean, I have some. My question to the episode is, why did it became quite, there are still jokes in it, but it became quite serious. I really loved the comedy version of this show. I don't think I would personally pivot to such a dramatic tone, but I understand the importance, you know, considering how comedy needed to be legalized. But I guess let's see what these cast members have to say. It's weird to see Jeff so serious. I guess he's like a really serious, contemplative guy off set. You wouldn't think that based on his hilarious shirts. Also, his shirt says and then the mathematical symbol for pi, which is again a masterclass in clothes comedy.
What I'm still stuck on is you said that you were running around your house. So,
That's
is
nice.
that like inside? Are you running around the neighborhood? Is this like an exercise thing? Were you jogging, Janet?
I was walking.
Got her.
Shut up. See, this
Rich,
is.
I cut you off.
Join us next week when
Jeff making fat jokes about Janet. So that's so good because that was a callback to the first episode where she was eating too many brownies. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that's so funny. Jeff is finger on the show.
Jack falls off the cliff and is replaced by a new actor.
Do I get vaccinated and die? Is
That
that
might
what
be what we
happens?
do.
Yeah.
It might be it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to talk about how we need to be vocal about the rights that we have, or we will lose them. I've heard
Amen.
people say, oh, we really can't talk about Christian persecution in America because it's nothing like it is in other countries. But how did it get there? How did it get to where we were on the Yalu River between China and North Korea, and we were told that the people would not wave back to us? We kept waving and waving, and finally this North Korean looks both ways and waves. That's the kind of oppression they're under. But we put ourselves under that kind of oppression.
Yeah, if you guys know the history of North Korea, it was a free, fun capitalist state. Then the North elected a Democrat. I'm not sure if it was Obama or one of his relatives, and they clamped it down, and they became a ironclad police state that doesn't allow comedy or Christianity, two important aspects of life.
We keep ourselves in these silos and think it's just not right to talk about our faith, but we need to be talking about our faith, and we need to be getting involved in politics.
Talk about your faith.
Because if we don't
be afraid to talk about your faith in the chat, guys. Whatever you believe in, sound off, unless it's something that's not Christian, and in which case, keep it yourself.
The land. We're left with the religion of paganism running our schools and teaching our children that there are 86 genders.
86.
You know, when I wrote the criminalization of Christianity back in, I think it was 2000.
See, again, I think the comedy show is over at this point. They're just spitting facts. I had no idea there was 86 genders. Now I do. So not only do you laugh, you learn, which is what we're all here for. So thank you all for watching the stream, guys. We're all learning and laughing.
2005. I predicted what was coming. In fact, some people think I'm prophetic because of that.
Nick, I believe in your comments.
The point of it is, everything I predicted that was coming down the pike, even Americans going to jail for their faith, happened. People, when the book came out, they said, that's hyperbole. Come on, Jeff, that's exaggeration. But it happened. I remember Kim Davis that went to jail because she refused to certify
Kim
what
Davis,
God says
that's
is
a
sin
good
as
callback.
a marriage. And what we need to do is, again, the only way to keep our freedom is to use it, use it now, to use it boldly. Otherwise, we will be in a free fall. And once you're in that free fall, you don't get it back in a generation.
That's it.
And so we've got to use what's left.
Use
And
every
we see
gender.
What's happening now,
And
in the
by
world
every
where they're
gender, I mean
weaponizing
two.
our government against
Exercise
political
your
opponents.
genders.
Are you kidding me? Raiding the home of President Trump? It is absurd what is happening. It is living under government oppression. Mike Lindell, what's the pillow guy?
What a window into the desperate sadness of 1 year ago before the awesome gold-plated victory that was going to happen because of snarky fucking liberals making little jokes of all these good people. This is what happens.
Coming after him. What in the world? I mean, and I remember I was speaking at an event, and I said, let's just put it this way, Matt Moore, he thinks he's a conservative, but, his house hasn't been raided yet. It's just...
Yeah, this is like a fun rant. This is a bit of rant comedy here. Sometimes comedians just snap and they go on these funny rants. Mike Lindell is The funny, he's like a pillow-based comedian. Yes, Rob M. Sleff. We're on the same wavelength, brother.
Seems that's the new standard of are you on the watch list because you stand for truth, you stand for the Bible, you stand for those that are pro-life and pro-family. This is where we are in America.
Honestly, Rob, I should have just stole your joke and never gave you credit for it. That would a real comedian would have done that. I'm weak.
And I'll tell you what, if you don't vote, it's your fault.
Yeah,
flat out tell you that we have a responsibility to use this freedom, this gift we've been given of a vote. And people say, well, you know, I remember I met with the Speaker of the House one time in Ohio.
See, this is why these people are smart. This is why Trump wins, you know. At the end of every liberal comedy show, they should have had like a 9-minute segment where they stare into the camera and say, vote for our side, or else you're going to be hunted and executed. But they didn't do that, you know. They just made snarky little remarks. They just live their happy little lives, and this is you know, that's what happens.
And he said to me, Janet, there's lots of issues. You know, there's education,
Methods
there's
of world, rights, and God.
Why
Every
are
election.
you so hung up on this one
Good thinking.
single issue of
Could you
life?
imagine if he won?
And I said, you know what? There are a lot of issues I care about. Education is one of them. That's important. I said, healthcare, very, very important. But you want to know something?
I didn't even notice. Someone brought up Danny Miranovic. Let me know if I pronounced that correctly. Pointed out the beard. I didn't even notice this man has a tiny little ponytail coming out the top of his head. Never seen that hairstyle before. Love it. That's called exercising freedom, to have your hair like that. I think under the democratic tyrannical regime, he would have been thrown in prison for a hairstyle like that. But you can be free now, and you can express yourself through the top of your head.
Something? Life is a prerequisite to every issue, every other issue.
That's right.
What good is the best healthcare system in the world if you're dead? You know, a scholarship isn't going to do you any good if you're in a coffin. This is the situation we face. Life is a prerequisite issue. And if you're not voting for life, then you have a hand in death.
Famously,
if you've said
you don't want to end up in a fetus coffin where they put fetuses. Very, very sad and very, very tiny. But they're there.
It out. Or if you voted for a candidate that is for the shedding of innocent blood, then you need to repent.
Shedding.
And you need to stand up and be a vote for righteousness. I'll tell you one other quick story is I testified
More
for a
stories.
bill one time. And this lady on the committee said, where do you come off saying that to be a Christian, you have to be pro-life? The Bible, she says, is a book about tolerance, and that Jesus never said the word abortion. So that was my testimony opening.
Congratulations,
so
Crotchy, on the fetus scholarship.
If you open this book, you'll find that thou shalt not kill made the top 10 commandments. And what Jesus said is, if you love me, you'll keep my commandments. Amen. You know, it says in Proverbs 24:11 that we're commanded to rescue those that are carried away to death.
I'm really trying to pay attention to this rant and explain the jokes, but all I can think about is pie right now. Thanks, Jeff, you friggin' wacky guy.
In Proverbs 31:8, it says that we're commanded to be a voice for those appointed to die. Yeah. That's a commandment. It's not an option. It's what we are commanded to do. And so I just want to encourage those. You want to tell you something? You want to know how to get America back? Get the Christians out to vote. Yeah. Get the pastors speaking like they did in the early revolutionary
really
days.
Fired up.
It was the pastors that inspired our founders to write the Declaration of Independence. It's the pastors that were.
You notice the energy that she has, similar to Elon Musk, very excitable, very, very high energy. They might have access to the same medications.
Are part of the Revolutionary War. I remember as I worked for Dr. D. James Kennedy, Jonas Clark in the parking lot, that he wore his black robe and he took it off and he was ready to fight, that the shots were fired there in the church parking lot, and the Christians rose up. It was the Christians who rose up and fought against slavery. Yeah. It's the Christians that need to rise up now and finish what was started with the decimation of Roe versus Wade. So that's part of what this is about. We've got a character, the boyfriend character of Michael.
Again, the show's over.
Really get involved in.
This is just kind of a rant now. You know, I'm trying to find, sometimes they'll throw jokes in there, but she's quite impassioned at this point. But I will find a joke here. There's a joke happening soon. I think maybe this is just part of a large conceptual bit she's doing.
Politics and we just basically kind of educate them. One of my favorite scenes though is when we're doing ballot cards and yes, I've been thrown out of church parking lots by putting ballot cards on parking lots.
So wacky.
I laughed so hard.
Can you imagine if you were out there and you saw Janet herself, top of her game comedian, putting pamphlets out in the parking lot? Got it. That would be so epic. Big selfie time.
One of the hardest times I've ever laughed was watching Matt Moore play the part of Jeff Krepchek in the parking lot, acting like a spy. And he's
Yes. What a good scene. That was one of the hardest I've ever laughed as well. Who acts like that? You know, people don't walk around like that normally. Master of physical comedy, Jeff. Very, very funny joke to walk weird.
Putting the ballot cards on the ballot cards on the cars, and he lands like Spider-Man.
Yeah, there he goes.
Give us something about that. Do you remember anything?
Oh,
you gotta work out that night.
I didn't even know that was a Spider-Man reference. Oh my God, Jeff, just incredible comedy.
So much pain because I jumped in the back of George's truck and cracked my knee on something that hurt so bad. But it was such a fun scene. It was such a
Very
fun
fun
scene.
scene,
But
yes.
I want to. So here's my
Reminisce.
question, right? For everyone out there who may be more like Michael, right?
Yeah.
Like, what are some practical steps for them to get involved beyond just voting? Like, how can we get involved and actually know that what we're doing has benefit and has effect?
Just want to let you guys know I just got a text from my dad saying, "I'm watching your stream, son. So proud of you." Also, he says, "Did you feel the earthquake? Are you prepared?" What a wacky guy.
Well, one of the things that's pointed out in the program, and I tell everybody I know, there's lots of voter guides, and election day, everybody's calling who to vote for. iVoter Guide, very simple, iVoterGuide.com. It's the most
iVoter
accurate
Guide.
I've seen
Yes.
Of where candidates stand. That's the starting place. Voting is the starting
Link in the
place.
chat. Brian,
And
can we
then
get
the reason
iVoter
I
Guide?
found it, Faith to
Link it in the
Action,
chat. Thanks so
is
much.
so that we can
Let
win
the
the
people
culture
know where they
war
can go.
by turning people of faith into people of action.
We're gonna win the culture war, guys.
So F2A.org is the website.
F2A.org,
so
get that in the chat, please.
Join us
Thank you.
in the battles for life and liberty. And that's really where it's at. And Martin Luther said it this way: if we're fighting
Martin
on
Luther.
all battlefronts, besides where the battle is the hottest.
Martin Luther, he's if only Martin Luther was alive to become MAGA today. That's such a tragedy that his life was cut short before he could go full right wing.
And he said we're a traitor to the cause. Right now, our country's burning down. Right now, we're seeing children decimated. We're seeing
Children
much
being
evil.
decimated.
Where they're performing surgeries on children without parental notice. It's absurd. It's absolutely a travesty. And it's going to happen as long as we let it. The only thing, Edmund Burke said, the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. So if you want your country back, I say rise up and take it back.
Yeah.
Because God works through a remnant. And I tell people in the Heartbeat Away book I wrote that,
5 more
that there were
minutes.
times that I could count my friends on one hand.
There's
because
gonna be
we made a lot of enemies by.
I know it's been a long rant without it. I do miss the laugh track. This can be hard, and this is kind of the advantage of having a laugh track, is it really tells you when to laugh. And I've had it for the whole episode leading up to here, and now I'm a little lost without an audience laughing. I know you guys are probably laughing at home right now, but I'm just really trying to. Usually in the timing, there's a bit of a space where the comedian waits for the laugh, but she's breathlessly monologuing here.
Exposing those who were pretending to be pro-life, using babies to get elected instead of using elections to save babies. We exposed it, and it wasn't a popular position to be in. But I'll tell you what, it was worth it. It was harder than I thought. It was longer than I thought. But I'll tell you what, it's worth it. When you serve God and you step out in faith to do what He says to do, He's going to meet you. He's going to be there.
Yeah.
And I've seen it.
Right in the
You
parking
wanna know?
lot.
I don't have to guess about it. I have witnessed it. And that's really, we've been playing the theme song of I've witnessed it.
Brian is going
so
through
many
a
things we've witnessed.
rapturous
If you want faith for what He's going to do tomorrow, remember what He
feeling
did
right now.
yesterday.
I just read something recently, and I wish I could remember who wrote it, but they said, we've taken tolerance and we've confused it with love, right?
Yes.
That we like
Oh.
We're so grateful that Mother Teresa did not tolerate poverty.
Amen.
We're so grateful she didn't tolerate brokenness and nakedness and hunger. We're so grateful
on, Jeff.
that Jesus didn't tolerate sin. He didn't tolerate wickedness, you know. And so we think that we're being loving when we're being tolerant,
Jeff.
but yet it almost keeps us immobilized and paralyzed because we aren't moved into the greater things. Right?
We're tolerant of people all
Jeff,
the way to hell.
Yeah,
Because
it's always the funniest person that tends to be the smartest person. This is why people often say the comedians are the smartest people on the planet. You just listen to Jeff speak, and you can tell this guy is a well-read person who does a lot of his own research.
Because if you don't speak the truth, you know, truth is hate for those who hate the truth.
But don't you think that part of it is because I
Some
believe
great
that a lot of
slogans.
Christians don't even know the truth because they're not picking up the word of God.
That's right. That's
and
right.
when you were just saying too, just to segue off of what you were saying about Christians need to go out and vote, part of the problem is that Christians are voting, but we are voting according to our flesh.
Thank you, Listen Diagram.
And I think that we have a moral obligation. We're not
doing our best over
voting
here.
according to the R or according to the D, but
That's
we need
right.
to vote according to the B, what the Word of God says, the Bible.
That's-
No, I mean,
that's so-
really,
that's so
because
good.
sometimes
This might
people
just be
are
agreement
so
comedy
committed
here.
to a party that they elevate party over the Bible.
Yeah.
And I think we err when we do that. And so if you don't know what the Word says about a
So we err when we do that. And just to clarify, err, she's saying as an ERR, as an air, short for error instead of air, as an air that an airplane uses to go up. So different kind of air. Just want to clarify that for you guys here. I mean, sometimes I'm a clarifier as well as an explainer.
abortion, you have a moral obligation to do so. But I like to say it this
Sort of what
way,
I'm thinking.
that when it comes to voting, God has 4 top priorities.
4.
The first one, we know that number 1, that there is no other God before him. But number 2 would be the life issue. Without life, we don't have the other things. Marriage and family.
Nathan Schmidt, thank you for the
And when it
correction.
comes to
It is MYLES. MILES is a unit of measurement. MYLES is a wonderful name.
marriage and family, that includes what's going on with sexuality right now, where they are trying to manipulate. And number 1, they want to try and
Look at Janet's mom. Janet's mom she really reflects a lot of what is my internal monologue is Janet's mom. She seem a bit lost. It's kind of too many words for me to process. I'm a bit slower than most. So I kind of like when there's a laugh track and some pauses, or sometimes when if a comedian bumps the mic on the leg, it's a bit easier for me. This is a bit more complicated than what I'm used to, but it seems to be quite political.
manipulate truth. But number 2, we see them giving kids hormones, puberty blockers, and now surgery. So yes, that's part of that. And then of course the last one, of course, is when it comes to like Israel. But I do think that it is, we have a moral obligation to make sure that we know what the Word of God says, and that is our priority. And to those, and I know I'm probably going to offend some people.
You guys keep in mind, Janet's mom, I know we're all looking at Janet's mom now at this point, and her reaction to this rant, because we got a good angle on her. Keep in mind, she might not be that animated, but doing the math with how old Janet is, Janet's mom is probably pushing 110, 111 at this point. So she's looking pretty good.
Right now, and I would ask you to please just keep listening to what I'm saying, even if it is offensive. If you are a person of color, whether you are Latina or Latino, or maybe
Love
you're
the
black or whatever
pronunciations.
you consider yourself to be, I really hope that you are not putting anything before Christianity.
Yes, nothing.
Because anytime that we make
You
our
guys too in the chat.
Christianity, we have a hyphenation where they say I'm a
I know a lot of you have been very pleasant. You've been very, very nice and complimentary to myself during the stream, but never put the joke explainer before our Lord.
black Christian
It can
or
be
Latino
tempting, but
Christian,
don't do it.
You have made the color of your skin an idol. And we're not to put anything, we're not to have any
I didn't
other
know you
gods
could
before
worship your
him.
own race.
Therefore, our color has to submit first to the lordship of Christ. That means you don't vote according to the color of your skin, we're to vote according to what the Word of God says.
But I do hope you'll tune in to the next episode, because you're going to find out more things as we weave them in through the life of kind of a pro-life activist and a crazy next-door neighbor,
Oh, so
a
they're
best
okay.
friend, a waiter, and an ex-boyfriend who might be a love interest in a future episode. We don't know.
Oh.
So
favorite mom.
come find out. And my
America's
mom,
favorite mom.
who keeps the whole thing going by being that walking pep talk. So stay with us next time till we find out what's a girl to do.
What's a girl to do? Thank you so much, Janet. Huge cast and crew for this. See who's in charge of the audio here. I'll just leave it on them. Let's get the audio. All right, they didn't have any audio people, I don't think. But what a wonderful thing to watch. I don't know why the music starts every time I go to that, but anyway, that was incredible. Thank you. Thank you for watching this with me. What an informative rant at the end. So much faith, so much Janet's mom meditating for us on camera. Yeah, it's DW. I'm sorry, it's already over. I can't believe it. I will do longer. I think I'm going to do longer streams in the future, especially if there's so many people watching. We got 120 people watching right now. I'm totally overwhelmed with all of your spiritual energy. You guys are shooting at me through the chat. It is always enjoyable to read all your comments and laugh along as we discover so much of the humor that's out there on the internet. Very eventful stream today. We went over Elon Musk, hilarious comedian. Oh, that includes Twitch viewers, Methods World. There are 3 of the Twitch viewers. Thank you guys for minimizing the various League of Legends streams you guys are watching just to come here and hang out with a pure comedy hangout stream. Twitch is pretty high octane, a lot of really interesting stuff going on over there, and it can be hard to compete with so many special effects, but yeah, what an eventful stream. We had an earthquake just before the stream. Then you guys got to hear my fire alarm getting tested in the background. That was super cool. Then we got to watch Elon Musk explain what it's like to be a genius. And then we got to see Janet and her wonderful sitcom, What's a Girl to Do? We got to see the conclusion of episode 7. Where it seems like what's a girl to do? A girl is supposed to defend her freedom by putting up the largest MAGA sign possible on her property, which I think you all should take that advice and take it to heart through the rest of your life. We're going to be heading over to Patreon for a little post-stream roundup at 4:00. So you guys can go over there if you are still hungry for content. If some of you are just hungry for food, now's the time to go over there before you, I assume, check out the rest of Janet's catalog on Rumble or the Jim Baker Network or a streaming service, which I don't have access to, unfortunately. We're going to be back with another live stream very soon. I think we're going to go back to stand-up comedy. It's kind of my bread and butter. I was very overwhelmed by the amount of words that were said by Janet, and it could be hard for me to keep up. So we're going to be doing stand-up again soon. And, of course, if Elon comes up with anything too wacky, I'll do an emergency stream, and I'll make sure that the fire alarms are all calibrated next time. You guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. I love you all. God bless, and remember, Jesus before jokes.